Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. This is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. The crowd here in anticipation of their home team Spurs in an interconference battle here at the AT&T Center in San Antonio. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Orlando. A year ago, they each gained a victory at home, but couldn't secure a win on the road.
And just couldn't make the most of their meetings last year. Ended up splitting the season series.
We've already seen a few players make, Brent, a big leap over last year. Their hard work is really paying off.
The interesting thing over the past few years is just how intricate the off-season training is for players. And this is why I think the evolution of the game feels like it's been sped up. So many specialized coaches, so much time that guys want to work on facets of their game that are opening up opportunities. And with so much space that's on the floor for guys, we get to see those skill sets a little bit more often on a nightly basis. Awesome to see that players continue to strive to maximize their potential.
I agree. A look at the starting group for the matchup. Robinson is out there with Mourning. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then there's Cooper. And it's Pierce in at the 3 slot. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Red. It's hauled in by Alonzo Mourning.
Gotta make those shots. Not sure how he missed it. The defense was just okay.
Fade away. Gasol with the rebound.
And that was an easy one there. Just a missed opportunity.
Sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
Red misses. We've got 1:48 left in the first quarter. Cooper kicks to Pierce. Mourning with the screen, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Steve Clifford. David.
Well, Kevin, he talked about his team's defensive mindset. He said they have to be willing to sacrifice a little room in the paint if it means they stay tight on their outside shooters. He said it's no secret those guys attack from long range, and that's what we've got to stop. We'll see, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Obviously, the 3 ball is a big concern for any defense.
A guy who converts well at the rim, you like to see the aggression there.
Yeah, it's the first quarter, and he's already in attack mode, setting the tone right here.
Wall's shot is good.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Orlando, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. To the paint, here's Robinson. And the dunk by Mourning.
Yeah, and Mourning's just a beast on the glass, using that muscular frame to get into prime position there on the board.
Now here's Wall. Kicks it to Red. Here's the screen. Passes it to Gasol. And Mourning sends it back.
And that's his signature. Mourning, a fantastic defender. Phenomenal at using those long arms to reject shots.
Pierce against Covington. In the corner, it's Robinson. Murray outside. And the whistle blows. It's going to be... on John Wall. That's his first foul. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Gasol. Millsap comes in for McHale. Mbahumute's checked in for Robert Covington. And Fournier subbed in for Michael Redd. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, Paul Millsap continues to work hard and continues to be an example of hard work paying off.
And so Paul Millsap nails both of them. Orlando leading. Murray outside. Outside, Porzingis. No good trying to beat the buzzer. A good close. And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And guys, for the Magic, what jumps out to you so far, numbers-wise?
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
There's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
We've got Miles Turner, Fournier out there with Wall. Then it's Mbamute, and it's Millsap in at the 4 slot. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on.
Porzingis inside. Millsap covering. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
One thing about Porzingis last year that we saw with the departure of Carmelo Anthony is, could you lean on Porzingis to shoulder the offensive load? He was phenomenal in that role last year before the injury. So out on the perimeter, above the rim, finishing off breaks, he's capable.
Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for San Antonio. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. And talking about Porzingis, what really separates him as a scorer, Brent, is his jump shot.
Well, at 7'3", we always think, man, he should be down on the post or have 2 feet in the paint working on his post-up game. That's not what he's about. He's terrific catching and shooting. He can handle the ball enough to take 1 or 2 dribbles to score at the rim. He's really good on the right side of the floor, shooting over the top at the mid-range, and he can overpower defenders. So all of the offensive skills are there.
And Orlando making a change here. Baines is checked in. And Anderson kicks to Murray. And it's sent back by Millsap.
Great block from Millsap, sending that one back.
Fournier against Murray. Porzingis against Millsap. 6 on the shot clock. Screen by Mbamute. Shots good by Turner. Turner's got his first basket.
Great job of screening.
Sí, yo lo
Nice
entiendo
job.
jugar
Take it to the
haciendo
rim
ofensiva, que
and
se
get the finish.
postee.
Pass to Askins. Millsap's against Porzingis. And there's the foul. It'll go on Denzel Valentine. That's his first foul. A different look now for San Antonio. Marcus All's checked in for Miles Turner. McHale comes in for Mbamute. And Michael Redd is subbed in for Evan Fournier. Cooper, he's checked in for the Magic. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. And here's Porzingis. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we see new players coming into prominence for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, Greg Popovich gives his veterans credit for accepting it gracefully and helping the young guys be successful. He says it's a tribute to their character and awareness. Kevin?
They certainly have established a great culture in San Antonio. Really something. DA, thank you.
And checking out the stats for Kristaps Porzingis. He's coming off an excellent season. He averaged 22 points per game last season, almost 2.5 blocks and 6 rebounds. And you talk about a difference maker. He's a factor inside with his length and activity.
When you look at bigs, you talk to them about 2 key components: protect the rim and pound the glass. And intimidation, that helps too.
Now here's Valentine. Following the miss by Jamal Murray. Gasol kicks to Redd. Shot clock at 6. For 3, Millsap gets the three-pointer to fall. Millsap's got 5 minutes.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
To the left side wing. Back to Pierce. Beyond the arc. The Magic again can't hit. Spurs leading by 5. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Now, here is Redd. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Millsap with it. Now Pierce defending. No coverage that time. Valentine's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Robinson against McHale. Back to Murray. Looking to end the run. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assists.
Now that's not bad form there. You don't have to tell Murray twice to let it fly from there with that much room.
Valentine kicks to Gasol. With the fadeaway. He can't get it to go.
Wow, huge sigh of relief for the defense on that possession. You cannot give mid-range shooters.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Clifford. What was the biggest problem for your guys in the first half?
Well, you know what? We're a defensive team first, and we've been good defensively. We've been organized. We weren't that in that first half, and that's what we got to concentrate on to get the game going back our way.
See if you revert back to your form in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. They asserted themselves nicely in the second quarter and now have a fairly comfortable 5-point lead here at halftime. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, there was a big spark from the bench in the first half. Sometimes you're hoping for your reserves to come in and just hold court, but they didn't do that. They actually got better.
Shaq, what'd you think about Orlando? That's all for now. Say goodbye.
The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
And you know he's going to come out aggressive, and you do what you can to slow him down, and thus far it hadn't worked because he's been amazing.
Even though we expect this kind of stuff from him night after night, it doesn't make it any less extraordinary to watch it in person.
Last season, Brent, the addition of 2-way contracts, does that make developing players in the G League even more valuable than it was before?
I believe last year, Kevin, that almost 50% of the players in the league, and it might have been a smidge more, had some kind of G League experience.
It's terrific.
And that's phenomenal.
Yes.
We're almost close to the 30-for-30 affiliation in the G League. You saw a success story last year in Quinn Cook coming up and getting a contract with the Warriors. This is awesome for the league. They've also upped the minimum contract for G League players to $35,000. All of these signs and the way that teams are using the G League, extremely positive, Kevin.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Orlando, they've got Cooper. Robinson is out there with Pierce. Then there's Mourning, and it's Murray in at the 1 spot. He kicks to Robinson. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Like that from Murray right there. When he's passing it like this, it can make him so much better and so much more open. Well, Jamal Murray, you can't start much younger than Jamal did. At age 3, he reportedly could play basketball for hours on end. Where's the nap time, Kevin? Where is the nap time?
Here's Wall, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. There really isn't a time in Murray's life that he wasn't great at this game.
No, in Canada, just such a great career in Ontario. Played alongside, actually, Thon Maker. And then 1 year at Kentucky. Who doesn't have 1 year at Kentucky? Drafted 7th overall. And what an amazing fit that he's still pointing up and improving. One of the game's more deadly shooters right now.
Here's Mourning. A reverse. Got a hand on it. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. We've got a moment now to check out how the points have been divided between the starters and the bench for San Antonio.
And it's clear that the contribution they've gotten from their reserves has been critical. In a relatively close game like this one, you need everybody to step up and have an impact.
Poked loose. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here.
And let's see some of the numbers on John Wall. Last season, he played outstanding. Put up about 19 points a game, 9 assists, and 3 rebounds. And impressive numbers, no doubt. It's the kind of run we've come to expect from him.
Synergy, all elements right now working together, and the game is coming so easy right now.
And Turner kicks to Covington. Turner with a screen on Cooper. Knocked loose. And here's Covington from the arc. Orlando grabs the miss.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
And there's a whistle that goes on Luke Mbamute. That is his first foul of the game. The Spurs making a switch here. Millsap's checked in. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Anderson a screen on Millsap. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Porzingis. It's good.
I think the talk about Porzingis being soft on the inside might be a little misguided. Playing pretty hard right now.
Wall passes to Turner. Outside Fournier. Kicks the Wall. At the top of the key, Millsap. Fournier dishes the Wall. Millsap sets the pick for Wall. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And just the overall aggressiveness. Wall enjoys taking on a challenge and succeeding, especially when the D is all over.
The Spurs shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And Wall has said he wants to be in the MVP move for a terrific floor general with unreal athleticism.
Here's Porzingis. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
The Magic shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. So both teams changing it up here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Porzingis.
Well, Porzingis plays with a high motor. We've seen in the early part of his career have very good starts to seasons and then struggling maybe in the second half of the year. We'd like to see that stamina all year long, at least for a full season.
The third quarter comes to a close. It's San Antonio leading by 4. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
Nobody holds the ball, not even 1,001. You catch it, it's a shot, it's a drive or pass, whatever you got.
Specific instructions from Greg Popovich. If you don't have a clean look, don't have an open lane, move the ball.
Yeah, and the key is fast decision-making, and that takes great recognition from all 5 guys in terms of communication. That's really what we call chemistry.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. We've got Wall. Paul Millsap out there with McHale. And it's Michael Redd. And it's Gasol. And at the pivot, manning the middle. That's the San Antonio foul. Murray kicks to Robinson. McHale with some nice D. San Antonio leading by 6. To the wing right side. Ball against Murray. McHale passes to Redd. Millsap a screen on Cooper. 4 on the clock. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. From deep. Wall. That's no good, but just his first miss in 5 shots. Wall against Murray. Here's Robinson. Gets the bucket and the foul. It goes on Kevin McHale.
I love watching Robinson work there in the paint. Possesses that strength and touch around the basket.
Warnings checked in for Porzingis.
What's up, gentlemen?
A good guy to have on the free throw line when the score is close, and he takes care of business as usual.
San Antonio leading by 3. Gasol a screen on Murray. Taken away. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock.
How about Murray stepping up, poised for this young player?
San Antonio has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Gasol a screen on Murray.
Señores, fuentes oficiales confirman que Kevin Durant ha salido oficialmente de la plantilla de Golden State Warriors y lo ha firmado Charlotte Hornets. Va a unirse a Shaquille O'Neal, a Ray Allen y para formar una escuadra. Ya se ve un equipo muy contundente porque tiene la pintura ya resuelta ese equipo con Shaquille O'Neal. Su problema estaba en el perímetro. Robo de balón para Kevin McHale. En la chiquita. Qué maldito canastazo.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're behind by 3. 23 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, John Wall.
And his percentage from the shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Robert Covington's checked in for Paul Millsap. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Steve Clifford went over with his guys during the break. He told them we've got to make the most of every chance right now. This is a winnable game, but we've got to make plays. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
2-possession game now. I mean, those were really important foul shots.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're trailing by 5. 15 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Guys, what's your take?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
They'd love to get it into the hands of their best scorer, but you also need a backup plan. Plan B has to be covered.
The pass to Cooper. Morning kicks to Murray. The Magic again can't hit.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
And so it's San Antonio with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done, and to send these fans